Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm back again today with some makes that I've made with Beebeecraft Products, and I must admit I did get a start on these products knowing what was coming, that I'd ordered, and the free products that were coming, and so as soon as the products arrived I've just finished them off. So they did take me quite a while, some weeks ago, and as you can see, I've used the beautiful faceted pendants with the beautiful gold filigree around the edge of them. And there's all the colours. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colours, and just absolutely stunning. And I love the clear back on them because it lets the light through really beautifully. And yep, there was 50, and I'll put the link to them in the description below. And then these also came from Beebeecraft, and they were the 144 mother of pearl buttons, and they were stunning to use as well. So the first thing that I have made, this isn't the thing that took me weeks, I just made this morning, is, I don't know about you, but sometimes it's hard to find some of my tools, so my crafting tools. So I made this to keep my bone folder in, and it's got some of the beautiful buttons, some mother of pearl buttons from Beebeecraft, and I've just put a little handmade on there. I've put a tassel on it, and I've used one of the lovely faceted, just let the light shine through so you can see the faceted pendants, and they're just really beautiful. So this was a so quick project. Just run through how I did it. I had this beautiful ribbon. It's quite thick. I'll measure how much it is, how wide it is. It is 2 1/4 inches wide, and all I did is, you could use this, you can make one, you could use it for pens, store your pens in journals, even in boho journals would be nice. I've seen them do the flat pens as well, with the washi. You can make those type, but they could be used for all sorts of purposes in your craft room. And then I just took the ribbon. As you can see, I just used fabric glue. I folded this raw edge over, and I folded this raw edge over. So I folded that raw edge over, took it to where I felt that I wanted my bone folder to be. Then I took that bit, and then I cut it. When I cut it, I won't cut it because I just will show you for the purpose of it. I just folded it in and made a triangle, glued all those little edges down, and you're left with a lovely little neat triangle. And this edge is all lovely and protected because the edging is really there and it's folded in to make down there. So I hope you can see that my fingers aren't in the road. So, and you just trim all that bit off. So you're left with that. So that made that, and all I did then was took some gold thread and a needle. That was the only sewing bit, but you could sew it on the machine if you wanted to. I just was doing something fast, and I've just caught, as you can see, they've got the little ring. I just sat that on under there, and I just sewed it through with the needle and thread to secure it so it's really attached. Thought about putting a little eyelet through it or something like that, but I decided to hand sew just that little part so it's not going to fall off. You could put tassels on the bottom. I looked at my gold tassels, but they're a bit heavy for this project, so some tassels would be nice, but you could decorate it however you want. But yeah, I thought that's a quick little project, so I won't be losing my my bone folder. And I like jade, that's why I've used the jade there. I mean, there were so many beautiful choices in these in these gorgeous pendants. I could have used any of them and I would have been happy, but I did go with this one, and I also had a jade kind of tassel. But the little mother of pearl buttons are sweet as well. They add that hint of colour, subtle decoration. So that's a quick project here. But the project that I have made that I really want to share today is this. So I'm just going to check that I am in frame. So this video I'm posting on St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day, March the 17th, to those of you who observe it. And this project is, I want to call it maybe an accordian keepsake envelope pocketed book. It's a long title, I'm not really sure what to call it, but that's kind of what it is. And you'll see the accordion fold as I do the flip through, and it's a keepsake book more than a journal because it's more not so much journaling spaces in it. Now the images that you'll see throughout here, I will post the link in the description. Well, I'll write about them in the description below, but all of the beautiful images you'll see throughout this are from Vintage Image Craft. So all the St. Patrick's Day, it's a St. Patrick's Day theme, all of the postcards are from a Facebook group called Vintage Image Craft, spaces between each word, so vintage space, image space craft. And they encourage you to download for free, and they offer them daily high resolution images from their public domain vintage image collection. They are happy if you download them, print them, use them in crafting, card making, etc. And they have all different themes, and throughout the year they're a wonderful group. They constantly add vintage pictures to it, postcards, and mostly postcards, vintage postcards. And a lot of these that I have here are from 1911, they said, and they will tell you maybe the story behind it, who designed them. So it's a fascinating group. If you're not in it, I encourage you to join. That's on Facebook and Vintage Image Craft. So I might do, I'll just quickly show you, the base of it is 6 craft envelopes, and I began with 6. I stuck the opening flap down with glue just here. I kept it so that I could have a pocket, and then what I did, I've seen a lot of ladies lately using hexagons in their craft. I've seen Trace of Sparkle, and I think it was Calico Collage did something with hexagons, a quilted sort of a look. So I really like that look, and so I went through my papers and I found any that I had that were kind of vintagey in greens and browns. And then I'll just show you how I covered. So I covered, as you'll see as we get into it, there's 6 envelopes, and I always started in the middle. It just made it easier. Just grabbing some that I have left over. And I sponged around the edges of each of them in just a brown ink to make them just a little bit more distressed. And then the fun part was just finding your bits, and I just used some glue to glue them all down, and this is what you end up with. So anyway, you get the idea. You end up with a lovely hexagon shape all covered over. Just quickly kind of finish one. You do the bottom two as well, and then at the end all I did is, once they were glued down, once I was happy with how they all looked, I simply just trimmed the edges with my cutter, the overhang. Keep keeping them because you might need some of these little pieces for the next one. So I used on my Sizzix Big Shot this hexagonal cutting die. Now I know that Beebeecraft has one, and I'm going to put the link to the hexagonal die. It's great value, and it comes in a pack with others, and it's the nesting die, so you get the different sizes. I used the middle one, and I just felt that fit well. That would have been a lot of work to do small, and that one would have been too big, so I felt that one was perfect. And then, as I said, ink the edges, stick them down, trim the excess, and covered front and back of 5 of them, of 10 of them, 10 sides of the envelope. So I didn't do the front cover and the back cover, you'll see. So I'll put the link to Beebeecraft's Hexagon die for your Sizzix Big Shot or your whatever you use to die cut with in the comment section, in the description below. So that's how I did this with the hexagon die, and we will do the flip through. So as I said, you can see I've used the beautiful faceted pendant from Beebeecraft, and I was so hoping I got some green because it said it was a random mix, and I was very, very happy. As you see, I got a really good selection of them, and got lots of lovely, beautiful colours in them. And then the range of the buttons was perfect for this as well, because they had many shades of greens and golds and browns, and they just made such a great accent to the project. So this is my cover. I've just tied a simple bow. I did use a little bow maker, and twirled it around 3 times. Then you do your knot, and then I did add an extra length to tie around the center, and then I've just added a little ring. And there's lots of tutorials on how to do the bows. I'll link some of the ones that I watched, because I'm only a beginner in that I watched. And you might, if you're interested in bow making, there's heaps of videos out there on YouTube. I'll put that in the box. And then I did make this beautiful vintage button tassel, and I was inspired when I saw this. As soon as I saw this was on Pamela's channel, the Hippie Gypsy on YouTube. I'll put a link to that video in the description below. She does give credit to another lady she saw it on, but I fell in love with it. And I even used some vintage buttons from my Nana's, you can see this one, it's got a crack in it, from my Nana's jar. She's now passed away, my beautiful Nan, and I did even use some from her jar. I'll just zoom in. You can see just some of the gorgeous. I used some clear ones in all shades of greens. There's even an apple. I know Siobhan grows apples, so I know Ireland has apples. Sorry, I just stopped the video. I'll have to join that. I'll just zoom back out. So I'll put all that information to the Hippie Gypsy's YouTube channel below, where I was inspired, and she shows how she made her button tassel. It is just 3 lengths of like a waxed cord, and then you just do a slip knot with those 3 lengths, so then you end up with 6 lengths through a loop, and then you just tie your buttons on. There's probably about 5 to 7 per strand, so you end up with 6 strands. I love the sound it makes, and I really love that. So anyway, that's enough about the cover. Oh, I did then just attach that to, you can see here, a quilt pin. And then I've just put some charms and umbrella. Siobhan's always saying how often she has rain there in Ireland. put a heart, the love of the Irish people. I thought this reminded me of a clover, this charm, and music. The Irish people very happy, and yeah, and then I just put some of the Beebeecraft. You can see the lovely little mother of pearl buttons, a couple of white ones and a green one. Next time if I did it, I know you can get the quilt pins and they have the little rings. They're already attached to them. It's probably soldered on, and then that would stop that that moving around and keep them more fixed, but I didn't have any of those, so I've just attached them there. So enough about the cover. This is the back. I've got this beautiful stately sort of gentleman, old-fashioned. I felt that he really matched the cover with the lady. And then I've just put these lovely trims, laces, a couple of layers on the bottom. I did put a hexagon pocket here. The back is just some tea-dyed paper with some laces, and I've made him just on some green double-sided paper I had, put some more tea-dyed paper for journaling, and I have used again the Beebeecraft little stick-on bling pieces, the little pearls. I'll put the link to them as well in the description. I received those in my first unboxing. And then I love the sides. What I've done on the sides, just make sure you can see it, I have put some lace so that when the accordions fold, you get this lovely vintage kind of looking lace. And then on this side, I've done a different sort of lace, and you get that kind of a look on the edge. So all the way around, it's quite tactile. So enough talking. I'm sorry I've gone on a bit here today. I'll flip through. So as I said, I've used all beautiful vintage images of these postcards that you get from that Facebook group. They're all free to download. In the front, I might just flip it through, and then in the back I also have pockets at the back, so I might just do the quick flip through. Then I've just made pockets out of the laces, different laces on different laces on each of the pockets, different colors. This is a coffee dyed one. I did add a tiny hint of green in some bling. Most of the other ones are from Beebeecraft, but the little tiny pearls that have picked up some of the flowers in the ribbons. Now in between each of the 6 envelopes, so you can remember I started with 6 envelopes. In between here, to join them, I've added very, very fine lace, and I hand dyed that with the same ink that I used to distress everything. But unfortunately I did find the lace was very thin in the middle here and was starting to separate. So that's why I then, you'll see, I've come along and put this great big long piece through the back to stop it. And then I've done these joining pieces that you'll see as we turn through. I've done those joining pieces to, some technical difficulties. I've done the joining pieces to just make it really, really sturdy, and I'm happy with how it is now. So there's 6 pockets on the inside, and then there's just one on the back. I left the back plain because I wanted to see the beautiful quilted hexagons, and I thought the quilted hexagons and the buttons kind of went with the theme, sort of vintage. So I'll turn them in 2s. So these 2 I thought went together with the telephones, and I did emboss them. You can probably see that. I've embossed them and inked them, run them through with an embossing folder. On the back then, I used a glaze that Siobhan told us about, and it made it a beautiful sort of a tanny colour. Just I didn't want the stark white because this is just double-sided. It's not double-sided. It's a single-sided pattern paper, this green polka dot spotty one that you can just see the trim, and it was very white stark on the back, so that's why I used the glaze. If I think about it, I'll put the link to the glaze if you haven't already seen Siobhan's video where she shows you how purl and button on YouTube Siobhan is. how she tells you how she makes her beautiful glaze. The next 2 pages, some more lovely trims, crochet off a doily, some sweet little flowers I've added on top of these laces. These 2 little girls, I thought were cute. So these are all vintage postcards, all about St. Patrick's Day. These ones I've embossed again. This one I just punched the edges and mounted them on some green. You can see the beautiful hexagons in the back. So that's how I started with the envelopes, all with the hexagons all over them. And then I put the laces on top. And then this one, this is a sweet little girl in a chair. And then I've done the glaze on that one as well. And I have run it through, there's a slight frame on that, an embossed folder frame. And then the next 2, the last 2 pockets, this cute little boy, he's on a chair, kind of goes with that little girl on the chair there. When I open it up, you'll see the hexagons in the back again, and these beautiful trims, some tassel trim. He's got the glaze on the back and just the simple frame of the embossing fold. I kept it kind of simple because the picture was just so gorgeous and so much colour, and I just wanted the neutral colours to go with the green. These ones I've mounted on some, I think it's called crumb cake. It's Stampin' Up cardstock, and but these postcards are all from that website on Facebook, on that group, Vintage Image Crafts. So they go in that side pocket there. So I will just show you how it opens. So you can see it's an accordion fold, and I'll just zoom out so you might be able to see it a little better. Oh, I am zoomed out as far as we can go. So I'll just slide it through. So that's how it starts. I'll go slow. And then there's the 6 pockets. And we end with that pocket. And then I'll just simply fold it back up. Oh, the music charm keeps catching on my cloth. And then on the back, we fold out again. And we can fold out again and again. And I'll just run it back through again for you. So we start there. You can see all the lovely tassels. And on the back, you can get a really lovely look of the hexagons, the patchwork, the quilted look, and I love that look, and that's why I didn't want to cover the back. So a lot of work, but I really love the effect. And I'll just fold it up, and I'll quickly show you the inside pockets again. I'll do it 3 at a time, maybe. Check them in frame for you. In each of them, then we have another postcard. There were so many vintage postcards, and you can see I've used Beebeecraft's beautiful green button, and I've got a clover charm on this one. And it's all talking about St. Patrick's Day. These I've used the glaze again. This is some vintage wallpaper. Siobhan sent me some beautiful pieces, and there's 3 different colours in it, so I just made the tops of the tags. And they go, you can see in the pockets that I've made with the craft envelopes. That's the first one, and I have put an eyelet in that one. This is the next one. Another image, the glaze, vintage wallpaper again, a button. I should put some thread in that, may go back and do that yet. So the top loading pockets. The next one, another image of a lady. I put some more of the lovely mother of pearl buttons, a couple of pieces of fabric, the glaze again, but there were so many beautiful images, and I think it's a great way to showcase a theme to do this project. Another lady, Irish gal, the clover, the lovely glaze again. And I'll just open the last few pockets here for you. To this one. Oh no, I think we did that one. We'll do this one. Island. Little snippet again with some colours. And in this one, another Irish picture. And just the button again, and some snippets, and the glazed. So I hope you enjoyed watching that. It was a lot of fun. When I saw the images, I saved them into my photos a very long time ago, and I thought I must do something with them all. And with St. Patrick's Day coming this year, I thought, right, this is the year for it. So there it is, and thanks again to Beebeecraft. Really loved working with these gorgeous pendants, and I'll remember if I don't and you want any of the links that I talked about, just write it in the comments below. And yep, thank you so much for watching. And I'll just zoom in on this little girl again, this lady, this lovely lady. I did print them all on matte inkjet paper, and I did cut her out, mount her on cardstock. She's a little bit dimensional, you can probably see there, and her cane is dimensional, comes across a dress. So I cut this part of a dress, it actually sits over the other layer, and I did emboss it and ink it around the edge. I love her shoe, her shoes are gorgeous. I did actually fussy cut her shoes and put her put dimension to her shoes. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Bye.